What is going on, everybody? We're back on at One Piece 451. I'm trying to stay ahead on the episodes here, so you guys haven't seen 450, and I haven't seen you guys comment on anything by the time I've watched this. So, you know how we usually do. If I repeat myself or ask questions that we already asked, that's why. Last episode was it's interesting because I feel like us off of we're no longer physically in Impel Down, you know, like we're out of there, and everybody I guess we have interest in from a hero side is out of there as well. So I guess it's okay to say like the arc is done. I don't know if this is still considered it. Mixed reviews on it for sure, because I felt like even what was it? I don't even know how to pronounce it. The Sabandy arc or what, however you archipelago shit we had going on. Even though it was short and it wasn't the best, you know, it wasn't. It had its like lull, drawn out moments too, but it was a good strong arc. I felt like. This one was all over the place, and we've ranted about it and what I thought of Luffy's lack of determination and urgency to get to Ace. But now that Ace is gone, all of a sudden the urgency like cranks up to 10. It's like, where was that? I don't know. I also feel like missed opportunities for Magellan, given I mean, he's great. Again, we are leaving out here with Magellan being like, we came in with no knowledge of he was even a character to us leaving, and he's one of my favorite characters for sure. And we have little about him, you know. It's not like we've gotten crazy flashback Nico Robin level backstories or anything like that. But I enjoy his character. I enjoy his demeanor. He seems pretty straightforward. He's not doing any backstabbing or anything crazy or thinks he's better than or abuses his power or anything. He's just an honest man doing a simple day's work. Doing his job, so I don't blame him. And even though he's, I guess you would say, the opposing threat to Luffy in this instance, I don't have any ill will. The same thing with like Okaji, like he seems pretty straightforward, and same with Kuma. Like there's no like crocodile Enru like shadiness, killing, backstabbing behind them that we've seen. It just happens to be who's in Luffy's way. So like I don't just hate them by default just because they're in front of the Straw Hats or Luffy. So that was a positive. Some of the characters, giggles, reunions. The arc is just, it's all over the place. I feel like it's had 10 out of 10 moments, and it's had 1 out of 10 moments. And it's ping-ponged in between a lot of Scooby-Doo activities. What's the gang going to get into this time? Yeah, wildness. Regardless, we've physically left it. This man over here, Aquaman on steroids. He's over here commanding. Now here's the thing. There's the fishman. We haven't gotten into it. Like we've gotten into it a little bit about how they're physically stronger and all this type of things, and kind of the racism towards them in this world. But we've never really sat and gotten down to like what it is that like they can do. We know they can swim fast. A little bit stronger, a little bit faster, in or out of water, you know. But advantages are heightened in water. Oh god, can Arlong and others that we've ran into, can they water bend like Jimbe's doing over here? Is he in? So we see right here, we have it paused in the very opening scene when he says carry them here, you know, he's talking to the whale sharks or whatever that saved Luffy from falling into the ocean. Is he just asking them and they're doing it out of like, sure, you know, we'll help you? Like, is it like because if he can communicate to animals, that's what essentially what it comes down to. It's like, you know how we've seen Chopper communicate to animals that don't speak, and he'll like talk to them and like relay it to the group. I don't know if Jimbe also has the ability to talk to animals, or does he just has the ability to talk to things in water. Or he's the ability to command things in water. So it's a whole other thing. It's like, is he just Chopper, just asking them to do something and they're like, sure? Or does he have the ability to command them on some like Aquaman shit? I have absolutely no idea. Regardless, he seems pretty busted, and I got into that whole debate of like, imagine if like, and it would be too busted, but I'd like to see it. We know the Devil's Fruit weakness is water, which I've been told is any body of water. I thought it was always ocean water. But I've had some people on YouTube telling me it's not just ocean water, it's any amount of water. Like it could just be a regular pool, you know, a deep enough bath, like it's going to affect the Devil's Fruit user. But regardless, we know the Devil's Fruit user weakness is, you know, ocean water. Like you drop them in there, they can't swim. That's essentially what you're giving up for the power that you're gaining. But could you imagine the workaround of that being like in the fine print, like fishman immune to the weakness of Devil's Fruit? Holy shit. It'd be absolutely insane. I mean, he's already seems busted as hell. Imagine if they could use the, who knows? I mean, that's a whole thing that like I'm sure isn't a thing, so it's not worth sitting here thinking about. Let's get into it. Hey, lucky he's on your side, because you guys lose that, by the way. Alright, what of Blackbeard now? I still refuse to believe all those people fit on him, by the way. There's way less people stuck in his hair than there were on that dock. That's all I have to say about that. It's good to see the art has picked up. We had some rough episodes there 2 or 3 episodes ago. So what's Blackbeard's deal now? Because now that Luffy has fully escaped, like, he got out, so what now? What now? What about the other ships? You want to shoot? We're gonna proceed or what? You know what's wild is, like, I never, let me not say never. I've rarely ever had problems with copyright with One Piece, and we're almost 500 episodes in. Of the 500 episodes, and you could say it's a little bit on me. Like, I might have, like, upped the background audio a little too much. I might have, you know, faded out this sign a little too much. But for the most part, I pretty much have it standard to, like, where I could put One Piece. I've been playing around with it a little bit, making it louder and louder, the background, and lowering the soundtrack that you guys hear on, like, every video. But I just never have a problem with it. These other anime, I can never get, like, I've had 2 episodes of JoJo's, 2 episodes of Yu Yu, and they are copyrighting the hell out of that shit. They are copywriting the hell out of that stuff. So what of Shiru? He just fucked shit up and just left. Gunships, gunships, gunships. We got a lot of Devil's Fruit users on this ship. We cannot afford to get in the water at all. Jimbe, can't you make some, like, water wall or something? Can we not throw anything back at them? Oh my god. That was a cool effect of the cannonballs just, like, appearing. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody that's going to be one-on-one stronger than them. Because, like he said, everyone's been summoned to the execution site. But you still get synced. Yeah, don't they need those to open to get in? Who's opening that for them? I'm sure that's been relayed. Like, the Navy's got to show me something. Because I'm still underestimating them. Like, show me something, guys. Show me. Sail through it. I guess technically we don't need it to fully open, just open enough for the ship to get through. But how... how... I mean, clearly somebody's manning the door on the other side, and clearly they would have artillery set up on top, like around the door, right? In case things like this, if somebody's like trying to get through. Crocodile's great. It's really great. I was about to say, oh, we do not have anything to put back? Anything? I don't know. But clearly they've got like manned guns and cannons. Oh my god, that's a... He's great. There's manned cannons mounted on the gates, the doors, to shoot at things if they charge at it that are unverified to come through, surely. Or I'm giving the Navy too much credit, and they got to show me, because I underestimate them, and I still do. They've got some hitters on their side, like, okay, we've got Kizaru and Okaji, but the leadership level is all over the place. Nobody's like trusting it. It's a mess. The warlord loyalty is all over the place. Okaji doesn't even agree with everything that they do. Kuma seems like he could be wavered at any moment. Who knows? As the door is going to magically open. It's opening. Does Jimbe got somebody on the inside? Did he have the whale shark swim under and open it? How? Are they letting us in just to spray us with an entire fleet on the other side of the wall? Why was Jimbe so confident we could sail through that? He have some code that he just like... Do they just like scan his iris? And he is clear? Like, what? What did you do? Who do you know? What call did you put in? Who opened it? The gate opened. Who's doing this? No, he didn't. Wait, what? Who is someone impersonating him? Clearly, because he's not in two places at once. So who opened that? There's nobody that we know that has a cloning ability that we haven't seen. But who has that ability? I guess we don't know what Shiru does. Tell me his Vice Warden is not impersonating him, but how would he? Who is that? Is it someone in Blackbeard's crew? That would be the only thing that us as a viewer wouldn't know. Granted, we don't know if Shiru has an ability. He didn't stay behind. Oh my god, he did. Of course we know that that's his ability, but I thought he was he not just with us? Oh, he said, wow. And y'all are gonna try to tell me he's not second in line, ride or die over Sanji's bum ass? Stop it. Sanji could never. Bro, don't press that button. You know that's not real. Okay, the Marines suck. They're the worst. Actually the worst. He just saw that Magellan transform back into Bon Clay. Mid-transform back, give a command, and almost follow the command. What dumb... The Marines, they are not about it, bro. They are the worst. From bottom to top. The worst. Oh my god. And you're gonna tell me Sanji's better than Bon Clay. That's just a false statement. I can't trust Sanji versus 50% of the human population, okay? I just can't. So he loses his ranking by default. Because if there's a single woman, a single lady, girl on the opposition, he's useless. That's crazy. Was he not right there with us? How did he get there so fast? That's what I'm... How? Side conversation that we didn't see that he had with Jimbe that we didn't see off screen, which doesn't make sense how we got there that fast. Got to the control room. That's what I'm saying. Luffy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's such a kid, like, at the end of it all. But it still doesn't excuse his... Still doesn't excuse his mental. Like, I don't give him the kid excuse anymore, but he is such a kid. He's been in way too much life or death situations to still be given, like, the kid mentality excuse. He's ride or die, though. God, the art looks so good. I don't know if just because those episodes were so bad or this actually is above average, but there's no way in hell, by the way. Again, Navy slacking. We have one button to open that gate. There's no way that, like, there's nobody. We have one button to press. In all of, like, what controls those gates. That's no. Navy. What are we doing? He did this. Yeah, this is how we got locked up last time. He stayed behind so they could get away. Who are those two guys? Never seen them. Who's that girl with the red hair? It's been so long, couldn't tell you what her name is. That bootleg Zoro. This really might be the end for him. Like, I don't think he die. I mean, he could die. Magellan might just straight kill him. What's his story after this? Because, like, no one's going back to get him. We can't go back of what, like, we have to go for. We can't go back because of what's pressing going forward. So what the hell, Fate? What is gonna become of him? We have to go back in there for him again, like 100 of episodes later? That's crazy. Like, no one's coming back for you. We're about to get into so much Navy stuff, like, in so much trouble that, like, making a detour to go break him out of there again is, like, not gonna be a thing. These two. Literal clown. It's wild to me that like you guys don't have a force sitting on the other side of that door, or any forces on top of the door, around the door. Like, do they just think like their shit doesn't stink and it could never happen to them? Like nobody could ever break out, no one could ever get in, so they just don't. I don't know. He didn't say anything the whole time. Just imagine had they gotten out of there quicker, everybody could have gotten out. This mascara and shit's running. I think it seems like this man's about to die. I mean, if Magellan wanted to, he touches him with poison like it's over. Why do they make the snails give the same expression as the person talking on the other side? I mean, for comedic purposes, of course, but like, it makes no logical sense. Well, first of all, it's no logical that they would be able to communicate with snails anyway, but what are we gonna do? Guys, y'all have fired hundreds of shots and haven't hit one. Let's stop with the whole we have to sink them. Is he about to die? They're giving him that crazy, like, here's just quick life flashback with the crew before we kill him. It would be cold as hell. I wouldn't even fault Magellan, by the way. If he's like, fuck this. This has been the worst, like, just day. And just slaps him with poison, and it's just left as that. We don't kill anybody in the show, remember? Maybe they just lock him up and he never gets out ever again. Okay, so do you think we see him again? In the grand scheme of the story, right? Because we had a lot of like character callbacks this episode, you know? I mean this episode, this arc. Buggy, Mr. 3, Mr. 2, Crocodile. I might be forgetting some others. Do you think they pull that same card with Bon Clay a couple hundred episodes from now, or no? Maybe. What's the play here, man? Magellan's got to be just so over it. That's it. Guys, we got a mission to accomplish here. Let's tighten up. That's when I need Zoro standing there with his arms crossed. Is he dead? Is that what, like, the flowers fall, the petals falling? Yeah, what's the number? Give me, say a couple hundred. Oh shit, here we go. Shiru had an antidote. Shiru had an antidote, didn't he? They were bowing to him. They weren't like sprawled out. It looks like they're bowing. Oh, actually, it does look like they might be slumped. I thought they were like bowing. I don't think he's there to fight them. I think he's there to help go take out Magellan, I would think. Is that what we think the rose petals is? Like he's actually gonna die there? Because once he makes contact, it's like actually over. Interesting. Now, I'm very curious of like... Is it left at that? I'm not gonna ask you guys to let me know because it'll be spoilers. Like, if we see him again, Bon Clay, then we know that he didn't die. Do we see him inside of the prison? Do we just like flash forward to him? Maybe he gets news about... You know, they do this in anime sometime. If like, I don't know, Ash becomes like Pokemon Master, which he never did until the very end. But like, the main characters do something like world renowned, and you'll see like the anime do flashbacks to characters that we ran along the way to reach that goal. Or they're about to do something like Goku's collecting his spirit bomb energy, and they'll peek at characters that Goku ran into when he was a kid, like hundreds upon thousands of episodes ago. Or like Luffy when he finally got his like face on the wanted poster, and they flash back to like people that we ran into, and just other animes, for example. So I'm curious if like Luffy does something, maybe the bounty's gonna go crazy, like maybe he ends up with like the #1 highest bounty, and they flash to Impel Down, and they see people talking about like, look at this bounty of this pirate, like this is the biggest it's ever been, and we see Bon Clay in there. Like maybe they do something like that a couple hundred episodes from now. Maybe he somehow just breaks out. Maybe the whole prison just goes to shit now that 200 something people have broken out. That was what I was gonna say. 200 something people did not fit on Ivanko's head. Just didn't happen. Didn't happen. That just did not happen. I get it, but it didn't happen. Or maybe he's just straight up dead. So it's like until we get confirmation of either way of like Bon Clay being dead or seeing him again, it's just gonna be kind of left as is. Do we? I would say probably. There's a lot of episodes to cover with that. So now it's Rescue Ace Take 2, try again, redo. But it seems even that was borderline impossible. Well, they didn't achieve it, by the way. He went to break Ace out, and it I don't want to say it was a failure because it's not like he got to Ace and they got recaptured or something like that. But he went in without Ace. He came back out without Ace. So I'd call that a failure. Yeah, we made some new friends and connections along the way, got a bunch of people killed. All those people affected by that Magellan poison was because of us, by the way. We went in without Ace, we came out without Ace. And now it's like, okay, well, he's not in the prison, this will be easier to get to him. Maybe, but at the same time, the level of opponents now they're going to be surrounding him, as opposed to like, okay, it's just Magellan and getting through the prison. You're talking about like the top of the top Marines here. You're talking about like the Okajis, the Kazarus, the Kumas, and that doesn't even count probably the handfuls that we haven't seen that might even be stronger than the ones I just named. So I don't see it. I don't see how this ends up successful at all. It already failed once trying to get him. Unless there's a massive Whitebeard interference, I don't see how this squad here, what's currently assembled, accomplishes this. So we'll leave it there and see. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,